News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
More details are becoming available about a fatal shooting that occurred in Missoula last night. Good morning, everyone. I'm Peter Christian. This is Montana Morning for Thursday, May 7th, 2015. Our newscast this morning is sponsored by Kootenai Creek Village, the maintenance-free active adult community in Stevensville, where you'll have hundreds of builders' options to choose from. Our top story this morning, 2 people are dead. 1 is badly wounded following a shooting last night at a home in the 300 block of Brooks near Hellgate High School. I spoke with Public Information Officer with the Missoula Police Department, Travis Welsh, last night. He provided these details.
At about 6:40 p.m. this evening, 911 received a call from a resident in the 300 block of Brook Street that reported hearing a woman screaming and several gunshots, and that at the conclusion of the gunshots, heard nothing but silence.
Welsh described what officers found when they arrived at the scene of the shooting.
Officers responded to the scene and went into the house and discovered 2 deceased adults and another person that apparently had suffered a gunshot wound but was still alive and was transported to the hospital.
Welsh was unable to say whether the victims were male or female. No names or ages have yet been released. The investigation just getting underway, and once the county coroner releases the information, the identities of the shooting victims will be made public. However, we have received some extra news here just in the last 5 minutes. First of all, got a call from a source, an unofficial source, saying the 3rd individual involved in that shooting has died at St. Patrick Hospital. But again, that's unofficial. We also are looking at the ABC Fox Montana Facebook page. Let me quote here. We have some very difficult news to report tonight. It's a story that is hitting us all here at ABC Fox Montana very hard. At about 6:30 yesterday evening, we lost one of our own in a triple shooting in Missoula. One of our co-workers was found dead along with another male. A second person was transported to the hospital. Their condition is unknown. We are not going to reveal their names because we are not certain whether their entire families have yet been notified. We do have ABC Fox Montana's Ashley Sanchez on the scene, and we'll bring you the latest for more information as it becomes available. So that's what we know at this time. There has been a triple shooting in Missoula. 2 people are dead, but we have an unofficial report that the 3rd person has died. We'll try to get that confirmed as quickly as we can. And the other story that was going on last night, author John Krakauer received a warm welcome from the majority of those in attendance at the Doubletree Hotel last night as he discussed his book, Missoula, Rape and the Justice System in a College Town. Krakauer said he chose Missoula almost at random when he attended a hearing at a rape case of Bo Donaldson.
I like Montana. I've spent time here. And it was easy. Well, maybe I should go look at this hearing. It was much more appealing than going to Tallahassee, or something like that. So it was literally by chance. It's not like it was just on a whim.
Krakauer said Missoula was a typical American town which presented an opportunity for him as an author to tell the story of acquaintance rape.
There were good people making bad decisions. There were bad people making bad decisions. It was interesting. It seemed to illustrate the problem in all its complexity. I wanted to tell the story of acquaintance rape from the victim's point of view. That seemed to be what was lacking.
The event was put on by Fact and Fiction Bookstore and played to a standing room only audience. Now afterward, a heckler identifying himself as a Missoula attorney elbowed his way to the front of the stage and yelled that Krakauer was a liar. He had a microphone, and the standing room only crowd shouted the man down. Krakauer actually walked over to the man, grabbed the mic out of his hand, and took it away from him before he walked away. A little after 7:30 on Wednesday morning, 911 received a call about a house fire on Maurice Avenue near the base of Mount Sentinel. Assistant Fire Chief Jeff Ramp with the City Fire Department has these details.
We arrived on scene with smoke and flame showing on the structure. The access was very limited, and so the guys had to hump hose up the hill and up to the structure and put a good stop on the fire. I believe the fire started around the deck area and then extended to the outside of the structure and up into the roof, but we were able to get there in time and stop it from doing too much damage inside.
Brandt said no injuries were reported. The cause of the fire still under investigation. Cole Swartz, a 19-year-old freshman defensive end for the Montana Grizzly football team, lost his life in a tragic accident on March 15th. An outpouring of love and support from the community and from Grizz Nation since that day has inspired Cole's family to give back naming the first recipient of the Cole Swartz Legacy Scholarship. Athletic Director Kent Haslam has details.
It'll be an endowed scholarship named after Cole that we will award each year to a player on the defensive side of the ball who hails from Montana in honor of Cole's memory, and will be a great addition to our scholarship offerings here in the athletic department.
Haslam explains the concept of an endowed scholarship.
The initial amount is $25,000 endows a scholarship, and then that will produce roughly 4 to 4.5% per year, so $1,000 to $1,500 each year at that level. And then the scholarship, obviously, the amount can grow, and that would kick off even more.
Haslam announced that Evan Epperly, Cole's teammate, friend, and roommate from Kalispell, is the first to receive the scholarship of approximately $1,500. Sarah Calhoun of White Sulphur Springs, founder of Red Ants Pants, which makes durable yet flattering workwear for women, has been invited to Washington, D.C. for a summit of small business owners. The summit, organized by the Small Business Majority, will be held in Washington, D.C., May 11th, 12th, and 13th, and will include a visit to the White House. Calhoun related some of the issues she'll be discussing at that summit.
Number one, the importance of rural infrastructure. That's obviously a big deal for us here in Montana, between all the highways and broadband and water systems, that sort of thing. Being based in White Sulphur Springs in a town of 900, that's what I consider rural, but really by the national standard, all of our entire state of Montana is considered rural.
Calhoun said even though a trip to the White House has been scheduled, there's no firm commitment of who would attend, but she's ready for any contingency with her Red Ants Pants, just in case.
So we actually have Michelle Obama's size all dialed in, and hopefully we'll be able to get a pair to her. Exactly. It's a good time of year for it.
Red Ants Pants was the only Montana business invited to the summit. Why the name Red Ants Pants? Calhoun explained that in an ant colony, the female ants do all the work. The governor has signed bills aimed at encouraging schools to develop American Indian language immersion programs and preserving Indian languages. Governor Bullock signed the bills yesterday at the Capitol, saying Montana is one of the few states addressing the preservation of native languages. Our News Talk time now is 6:12.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Look for a mix of sun and clouds with a few showers possible early this morning. By the afternoon, our temperatures will top out in the mid-60s. Winds will be breezy with wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.